Welcome back to another episode of Neat Things in NatLangs. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I really like about ancient Greek, and it's the use of their prepositions and cases. So, background stuff on ancient Greek. Ancient Greek has 4 cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative. Prepositions can take any of the non-nominative cases. Each case kind of has a basic meaning. The genitive is motion from, the accusative is motion toward, and the dative is location at. And you see they have these 3 prepositions, ek, en, and ace, which kind of highlight the general meaning of each case. Each of them can only take the one case, and they make that mean the thing we expect the case to mean. So this is what I would call necessary but boring prepositions. A neat thing that Attic Greek does, though, is it lets some prepositions use more than one case. And sort of the big example that I always think of is para. Para can mean from or because of with the genitive, at or near with the dative, and the accusative can mean toward or contrary to. And in a sense, its basic meaning with each case is the thing that case normally means. So it's motion from with the genitive, motion toward with the accusative, and location at with the dative. And then, metaphors take over and you get things like because we think of an effect as coming from its cause, or contrary to, because if you're marching an army, you're marching toward something and you're contrary to it, things like that. Another thing that could happen is like with pere. Pere has this meaning of something like around. And with each case, it gets sort of a different flavor of aroundness. So the genitive, it's around, but in sort of a metaphorical way, like you would talk about something. With the accusative, it's got sort of its normal around or near or something like that. The dative is sort of in between. The dative can be used for more metaphorical meanings, but it can also be used for more physical meanings, something like that. And so here's an example of using a preposition with the 3 cases in what I would call a slightly more creative way than para. Another thing that could happen is you have a preposition that just has sort of unexpected meanings from each case. Meta is like this. Meta in the accusative means after or beyond, but in the genitive, or governing the genitive, it means with or among, because why not? And it's used in the dative, very, very rarely used in the dative to mean like in addition to or besides or something like that. People think of meta as genitive accusative with 2 really distinct meanings. And then you can get a preposition like epi, a preposition so crazy, it has so many meanings. I've driven some over here and they all kind of mean on. And you can see a little bit of the motion toward in the accusative. The problem with epi is it's one of the most metaphorical prepositions. It's used to mean like 18 different things with each preposition. It's used very idiomatically. And it probably deserves some episode of just like what can you do with a preposition that sits in a language for so long that it starts to get used in really fascinating ways, kind of like English is like by. By is used so many ways in English. So that's a little peek at ancient Greek's prepositions. They have a ton of prepositions that use any number 1, 2, or 3 of the cases. It's worth looking up, but there we go. Icarus out.